What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk to you about this company or this game that's actually coming out, and it's called MetaStrike. It's the same developers that made Metaverse and Meta Wars, and that was a 100x game. So I think this one has the potential to do similar results. Now, look, I ain't a financial advisor, so anything to do with finance, make sure you do your due diligence, make sure you do your own research, make sure you fully understand the developers behind the coins, behind the games, the fundamentals, what's happening, how much you can invest, how much you're willing to risk. Understand everything before you get into this stuff, because there's a lot of idiots out there that just say to you, you can make a million with investing like $10, but that's not reality. But I show you projects or potential projects that can do you 100x or even 1000x, depending how early you get into this game. Now, Metastrike is built on the Unreal Engine. It's a RPG game, first-person shooter. So if you know about Black Ops, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, it's pretty much down that alley. You can see it. There's a video of the actual sample where someone's playing it through the virtual headset, virtual reality, and you can see the kind of like concept of the game. They've got the zombie mode like Black Ops, team mode, deathmatch mode. You can make your own custom maps and play with your friends, and there's also a proof of play to earn model. So there's an incentive for people to play, because the more you play, the more you can earn. And I've been watching the video, looked at the trailers. It's got decent graphics, it's got decent gameplay. It feels vibrant. It feels like a community that can actually grow, and it's a game that I think people would actually play in a competitive environment. So it's got potential to give you 1000x. Now, 1000x is possible if you get it in at the IDO. The IDO is basically the initial offering. So the IDO is starting at 5 cents, and with a supply, I think, of 9 million. So at 5 cents, 9 million, the market cap is coming in around $450,000. But the fully diluted market cap of the max supply is 565 million tokens MTS. So fully diluted will be around $25 million market cap. Now, considering the fact that Call of Duty is made by Activision and it does over $1 billion in revenue, if you go by just traditional finance methods of valuing a company, even if it's worth 10 times its revenue, they'll value the Call of Duty company for 10 billion, right? Because there's 1 billion in revenue times a multiple of 10 to price to sales ratio is worth 10 bill. So if this just does 5% of that, it can be worth 500 million. So if you miss the IDO when the market cap is $450,000, and say you get in after it's 10x at 4.5 million, there's still a potential for 100x when it gets to 500 mil. If you get in early, like on the IDO, when it's worth only 450k, the market cap, and it goes to 500 million, that's a clear 1000x. Now, how do you get into these IDOs? IDOs basically mean the initial offerings, that's the roadmap. So Q4, which is now, the IDO is happening and the alpha release. Then, as throughout the next year, you've got 4 quarters. Pretty much another opportunity to get into this game would be in Q2, and you can actually buy the land within the game. But how you get into the IDOs is basically there's companies out there that are called launch pads. So they offer you the ability to get into games or be early investors into games, and they have requirements like Rose on Finance is one of the companies that are actually launching MetaStrike on their platform. So what you do is you'd buy Rose tokens. So there's different amounts of levels or tiers, if you want to call it. So if you buy 1,000 tokens, you will maybe get allocated maybe 100 tokens of MetaStrike that you can buy. The higher you are in the tier, so say you've got the VIP 5 subscription, which requires you to hold say 50,000 tokens, that will allow you to maybe buy 1,000 of MetaStrike tokens. So it's a tier system. You can look at it more by going on Rose on Finance's website and go onto their white paper, which explains that all in detail. But launch pads are a great way to get into games if you've got money, because it's not cheap. Minimum you're looking around three, four, $5,000 just to like get entry into one of these launch pads. So you swap your dollars or your pounds into their currency, native currency. So you don't lose the money; it just swaps to that currency. But you need that currency to participate in these investments. Now, that currency, for example, Rose on Finance's currency, which is currently at 42 cents. If you bought it pretty much 6, 7 months ago at half the price, just the currency itself has gone double. That's so your investment or your deposit doesn't just go to zero unless the price of the actual token, underlying token, goes to zero. It can go up also. So, you say you'd bought a 10,000 at this price, and it cost you like $1,300 or whatever. Now it's gone to like double. But so right now it is kind of at a peak. You could wait for a retracement around this area, like around the 30 cents, because it might come and retrace this area. It might come and retrace around here. So around the 35, 30 might be a good time to actually jump back into it and get some tokens to be part of the launchpad. But like I said, you can go onto the Telegram to get more information if you're into this. MetaStrike, so the good things are it's an Unreal Engine. It's a role-playing game. It's addictive in terms of it's also got an incentive of a play-to-earn model. It's one of the first, like you could say, AAA games that are kind of similar to Call of Duty. We know Call of Duty kind of the game, the mechanics behind it, that kind of game works. So MetaStrike is kind of trying to go down the same direction. The developers actually have made other games, Meta Wars, that have done really well. So that gives you more of a confidence. Is another confluence that this game would actually do good. Your investment would be worth it. And they've also got an NFT marketplace where you can obviously swap your guns and equipments and stuff that you buy. So it's a good community that I think long term can actually become quite big. And as you can see right at the bottom here, you've got all the developers of the game, the CEO, the CFO, the directors, the creative designers. Because if you have good developers, that means that they can go further. They can make that vision actually in reality. So MetaStrike is actually one that I believe can give you 1,000x if you get in the IDO. If you miss the IDO, then you could probably get 100x. But like I said, this is not financial advice. There is no way that you can guarantee this can happen. It can just tank. It can go other way. It can go up and down. But look, if you look at gaming, I'm really into gaming, because if you look at the gaming, if you go into categories, so if you go to cryptocurrency and you just go into gaming, right? Play like Metaverse or gaming, pretty much kind of interlinked. But as you can see, games like Axie Infinity worth $8 billion. Literally year to date, it's done over a 22,000% return. So if you had invested a pound or a dollar, you'd be up to $22,000. Do you see the potential? This game is not like something that's really like built on the Unreal Engine, or it's good graphics, or it's addictive for me per se, but because it gives people the ability to earn money, it's worth so much. But if a game gives you the ability to earn money like MetaStrike, but the game is also good on top, and you've kind of reduced your risk. So yeah, I think that's a really good one. There's so many other. I believe the gaming industry or the gaming space itself is just going to grow because it's so undervalued. It's only $34 billion the market cap, where the whole cryptocurrency market cap is hitting nearly the 3 trillion. It's at around 2.5 trillion. So there is a huge upside. It's like it's not even 2% of the market, of the whole market. That's how small it is. Literally, we're in like the infant stages. So if you look at these games, if you want to get in early, get into like Rose on Finance, or you could even get into CDFI, but it's a higher investment to get into those launch pads. But they're going to give you such good opportunities to invest early into one of the good games that are coming out that need funding to make the game. So yeah, that's for it for this time. If If you like what you see, then hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, so we can talk more about games and we can talk more about crypto, blockchain, and actually learn together. So yeah, peace.